Alrighty, so this is the hip abduction advanced mobility series. And hip abduction is super important because it allows us to get down this mound as far as we can without having to shorten ourselves last second. The further we can abduct our legs and get further down the mound, we can then allows us to rotate and get more out of the body. All right, so that being said, let's go and jump in right to it. Remember, these are all for 2 to 3 minute holds. First thing we're doing is called pancake splits. That's what I call them. And all we're gonna do is we're getting this widened stance here. We're trying to get as wide as possible, trying to feel our adductors work, and you're gonna feel a nice little stretch here and hold it for 2 to 3 minutes. It's gonna be uncomfortable. Just try to take deep breaths and relax. For this next one, these are wall splits, okay? We can actually use this right here to kind of help even a little bit more with it. If you want to single out a leg that has less range of motion than the other, and the only way you can figure that out is by measuring the hip abduction of the leg and the overall hip mobility of it, which I do with my players. Anyways, let's go jump in right to it. So, all we're gonna do here, you're getting your body as close you can to this wall. We're getting here just like this. Let me scooch over a little bit further, and we are spreading our legs out as far as we can go and holding it for 2 to 3 minutes. You can also use ankle weights on the side if you want to of your ankles, but I recommend a band. It's much easier to control. So if I had less mobility in my left leg, I might want to work here and kind of pull this down with this band here. You can actually grab further towards the foot here and kind of single it out by really pulling it in that one area. So, for the last 2 ones, I feel like a lot of people, this is really, really easy. Everyone's done the butterfly stretch here. This is obviously a really common one, but if you're like me and your knees are almost hitting the ground here, right, this really doesn't do a whole lot for me. So I like doing the previous 2 that I just showed you. But the new one that I want to show you is I call it the praying frog. And so all we're going to do here, we're going to get our knees past shoulder width apart. We're gonna get here in this position here and kind of sit into our body like this. If that's too easy for you, you'll then take your legs here, right, so shoulder width apart, and actually kind of force them a little bit outward like this. And this will make it a lot more difficult here to kind of sit back into this hip. And when you're doing this, try to take some deep breaths and feel that stretch. All right, so that covers everything for hip abduction. We are going to also cover how to massage it and do deep tissue work on it too in my later videos, but that is the static stretching for now.